Greetings and salutations, mortals. I am the Fallen Shogun and welcome to Arcade Tycoon, a tycoon simulator where you build arcades, the best arcade in the world. A slightly pixely retro style. This is a sponsored video sponsored by Catapult, and I need you to know this, but I was going to do this game anyway, but it's been bumped up to the schedule because of that. So, what is Arcade Tycoon? It is a tycoon game. You're building an arcade from scratch, tile by tile, piece by piece. In the full campaign mode of the game, you are starting in your garage and slowly buying building after building after building. This is the sandbox mode where I gave myself a lot of stars and a lot of money. So let's talk about what on earth is going on. So the floor, you can see there's a bit of floor here. You can customize the floor, quickly go into that. Customizing the floor makes people like it more. There is decor. As you can see, the better the decor, the happier people are. Better decor means people are happy to be around this area. Don't make the area look ugly or they get a little bit upset with you. Costs money. Same with the floor, same with the walls, same with the plants, and same with these picks. Of course, you can customize the world to your heart's content. How nerdy do you want to be? Do you want ninjas staring at you? I sure do. Well, of course, the big brunt of the game is the machines and the people. There are different people, there are different events. Each group of people likes different things, as you can see. They will go to different machines, of which there are many different styles and types. Get that in a second. When you place a machine, it will have difficulty, how hard the game is. You can obviously change that around to make people happier. How many stars you get per play. Stars you need to unlock certain things like research and so on. Of course, I've given myself a lot more of that. How much maintenance it currently requires and how many tokens it requires to play. Raising the tokens per play, of course, is a bit of a difficult one because then it costs more money. But you can upgrade it. As you can see here, it makes people happier, get a few more stars. And again. And again, it also means it breaks down less. To get tokens, you have to go to a token machine, of which you see one here. Each token is $50. Yes, each token is $50. So this machine I've just fully upgraded, this one here. Let's see, is this impeccable? No, it's this one here. Is now worth $100 a play. But it'll bring people great happiness to do it. So you can do that to each and every machine. The more terrible they are, the less happy people are to play it, and the more likely it is to break down, which is a bit of a problem. So you've got to upgrade things as time goes by, which of course means slowly building up to it. Now the machines themselves, you ask? I do. There are 12 different styles of machine. There are the retro ones, which are single stick, 3 or 4 buttons. You know, you get them fighters, Mario, all that kind of thing. Then there's the pinball machines. As you can see, multiple different types. There is a lot of different types of pinball machines. Each one reskinned to look excitingly different. As you can see. Just do that to there, just quickly show you. Actually, just do it this way so I can show you how it looks. Turn it on. And another one here. But yeah, they all function exactly the same. Once you've built one machine of any other type, obviously it's just a difference of how much people like it, how impeccable it is, and so on. Like this one here, I'm going to have 3 tokens per play, and it might attract a lot more attention. But if you're building your own arcade, you would like to see a lot of variety. Now going back to machines, like I say, we have retro, we have pinball, we have gambling. Gamblings are the 2p or 2 cent machines. You ever see those? You put like a 2p or 2 cents into a slot, it rolls down or gets fired onto another thing, knocks more stuff into the slot at the bottom, sometimes gives you a prize. 2p machines were how I lived my entire life. Me and my father used to do that quite a lot and win all the things. We also have the modern, which is these kinds of machines. You've probably seen these as like the Simpsons, maybe Teenage Mutant Turtles, where you have multiple different things from the front. Quite nice actually. I quite like these a lot. On the next stage you have the tables. These will be very much the air hockey things. These are machines I spent so much time on. This is where all my money goes to. Air hockey machines. Again, there's quite a variety of those. Then you get onto the shooters. The shooters are of course quite explanatory. You use them, you shoot. Like House of the Dead and Time Crisis, of which obviously there aren't any of those types in here because that would be quite expensive to license, I imagine. But there is a good variety of those as well. Then on you have racing, only 40s and 40, but they're actually quite nice and big. There isn't any of the smaller ones where you can connect 4 together to have a super race, but you do get a nice, well, a kind of good variety of those. Then you get on to rides, where you're going kind of into the same level as a miniature theme park. I've never actually had any success with rides. Usually you have those virtual riding machines. You ever seen those? Sort of like a big capsule sort of bounces up, down, backwards and forwards. Never seen anything like this in any arcade, but I am British. And of course we have claw machines, the bane of any kid. They absorb a lot of money. In fact, I have lost so much money and won once in my entire life on those. Then of course I have consoles, virtual reality and unique ones. Unique ones are of course completely unique and very exciting. We don't really have access to these because they need special coins to unlock, which means I have to do a certain contract. I don't have those yet. Now, we have access to all of these things having certain levels and power. You need staff. There are 4 types of staff, one of which is here. You have your handymen. So you have the engineer. As you can see, there are multiple different types. They have a hiring on cost and a monthly cost, which is a little bit of a problem. You don't notice that. So I'm paying $850 to get them on and $330 per month, which means they're making about $10 a day, which is great for them. I'm in, and then he can do his job. The other staff members are the cleaners, which are literally sentient bots. This is how Terminators begin, cleaning up your trash and having none of it. Then the next tier you have is the security guards. Security guards are there to kick out unruly people. People will come in, they will get angry, they will punch your machines and break them. And if you do not stop them, they will keep on punching and break all of the machines. And the final character you have is the entertainer, kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon. They are there to keep people entertained. They roam about, they make people more and more excited. Now when your characters level up, and they do level up, they gain perks. You can see you can have up to 9 perks. Now I have someone here currently leveled up. As you can see, his first perk is Quench. His thirst bar depletes slower. Other perks we have are staff specific ones and general ones. General of course for all 4 characters. Toilet bar depletes slower, happiness bar depletes slower, and of course one specific for their job, like repair speed for modern and VR, repair speed for rides, shooting and racing. Efficient increase the skill stat. So yeah, you pick how you want it to be. Do you want to be generalist or do you want to be extremely specific on certain things? That is entirely up to you. Now the perks of general, like health and thirst and that, your characters will want to go sleep. How do they do that? There is a special box, like a TARDIS. Now you can go inside the box and upgrade it. As you can see, just hang out. But you can upgrade things and make them happier. I mean, if you want them to be happier. You don't have to. Obviously everything in here costs a little bit of money, but it means this is either thirst, this is the toilet, this is energy, this is happiness. You want these to be slightly higher level and slowly upgrade them. Now, as that's showing off all the machines, you can see people are happily buying, happily selling. How do you get people in? Well, there's word of mouth, then there's events, which are popping up here occasionally. I see school is out here. The local school's closed for holidays, which means a teacher and a load of kids turned up. You can still see the kids around, dropping rubbish everywhere. You can also advertise. Now, advertising requires me to unlock it, which brings us on to upgrades. You can see here, this requires stars and time. You can upgrade your people, you can have better energy, you can have better drink licenses, food licenses, which gives you access to a greater variety of food and drink, of which over here you can see we only have access to basic. There's a lot more food and drink to it. That brings on to the main thing. Your people require happiness. Your actual customers, they require having fun. They require a nice area. They require food, drink, toilets, which are over here, tokens, and a way to get more money to buy more tokens. If you don't have food, drink, toilets and tokens, and a game to play, they will be very angry and leave immediately. That is the basics. Now, you can see this power icon here and there. One of the big things at the very beginning is when something breaks down, you will have to manually click off and on to power it up. Why is no one fixing this? Which is, I'll be honest, a bit annoying. But there is a research thing which I went for immediately called the fail-safe button, which turns all machines on with a click of a button, and an upgrade where you can turn them on automatically after repairing them. I do wish personally that wasn't an option and was automatically done, but what can you do? So with that out of the way, as you can see, people have skill, speed, stamina, perks. You do want the good ones, but obviously good ones cost, or you need to slowly invest them over time, and they still cost. We also have access to marketing now it has been done. So you can see visitor frequency, high, low, you can see what the weather's doing. And I'm thinking we should, let's say, have 3 free tokens. That'll give me 35%. Let's run this for 12 months. And pay. So now we're running for 12 months, 3 free tokens. I'm going to promote my arcade. 35% more guests for this. That's insane. Let's promote the arcade as well for 12 months. That should get us a lot more people. With this being the sandbox mode, it doesn't really matter how many people I've got going in. This could just build up organically. I've given myself a lot of money, which I've spent $500,000, just to show you how things go. And there is obviously a lot more things I can do. I can keep on expanding, growing, and building this entire arcade. So I've made the best arcade I can. And I like building arcades. There's very few arcade game tycoons out there. That's full of poop. And I really want to see more in the markets. This is why I was suddenly interested and was happy to accept their offer. Oh, a robot came out. Why you... Yeah, you should do that shake after eating what you just did. So when you've got your arcade to somewhere approaching reasonableness, you got stuff going on, you've got access to all of this. As you can see, I'm only minus 6k this month. Great, I'm finally getting somewhere. What is the next option? Well, drink and food to get things looking shinier. When you get to this level of stage, obviously you've been going through the campaign a lot. Because this is not the campaign, it is very much freeform, it is not as structured. But when you go through the campaign, it's a lot more structured. You have specific goals, it teaches you specific things. It introduces you to specific types of people who come in. Like you only have access to, say, maybe the regular guys and not all the cowboys or the guys in suits. Because each group requires and likes different types of games, different types of machines. He's stealing all my money. See that? That thief is stealing all my money. They stole all my money. We just got robbed. Okay, you got one of them. You gonna get the other one? No? No, he just stole $2.5 grand. And there's events which happen. Events like being robbed, people punching things, kids arriving, the toilets overflowing with poop. And there's always something going on. You can't just sit there casually. You do have to occasionally make sure you have more people, make sure you're expanding, make sure you know what the newest trends are. Because there are trends going on. Rage quit. And you want to make sure everything is flowing smoothly because my money is dropping. If I was poorer, I'd probably be doomed, but right now it's fine. You want to entice people with like prize pool over here. They're winning tokens, they can exchange it for prizes. Do you want a really bad snow globe? I don't, but maybe these people do. So with those things going on, what else is there to keep you going in stuff like this? There is the contracts, where you get to specifically pick contracts to actually aim for, like give out 10 staff bonuses. Have 15 machines explode in your arcade. That's very easy. That's never a good sign. Let's take that one. Empty a full bin 5 times. Right, that's difficult. Play at 4 times speed for 5 minutes without pausing. Give out 10 staff bonuses. Stay in shallow debt for 3 months. Yeah, sure. I need to give out money and stars. This will be the biggest way you get stars early on to actually unlock useful things. But the game itself is extremely robust. All of the mechanics work well together. You don't think, well, these machines, what's the point of them? Or why is that mechanic just over there staring into a wall? I have yet to find any actual issues. Also, I hope you're quite liking the new style. I'm trying to get more structured and scheduled in my indie videos, but yes, this is the game, this is what you've got. There are only 4 particular staff. Of basic amenities are important. Having a staff room is important. You only really need 1. One of the big things you might come up against is you only really need one of each type of machine. As you've got like blocks of 8 here. You don't really need more, but what you're going to do is put them in because it gives you a better aesthetic. It looks nicer to the eye. You're going to try and build things how you like the idea of. There aren't any licensed arcade machines, so do not look for anything like that, because this is an indie developer and licensing agreements are very expensive. Yeah, try and get House of the Dead in. That would be at least probably 30-40 grand minimum if they're feeling generous. I'm not quite sure. Outside of that, this is a full release game. It's gone through its early access period of the last 2 years. I have looked at it previously in the past where it had a lot more issues. It has grown up, it has listened to advice. Although, as said, I would definitely have liked this to have been automatic, but again, what can you do? It's now out. And I definitely would like to see more things involved. There's loads more machines out there I'd definitely have loved to see in the game. Maybe a DLC or expansion in the future. But this is the Arcade Tycoon. You are an Arcade Tycoon magnet, starting from scratch. In fact, I'll show you the campaign quickly, the very first episode. And here we go. See, Tutorial Garage, a Bobo Street, Renegade City, Starlight Street. As you can see, there is a campaign which slowly gets more and more and more advanced. Able to expand and do more things. So there are 12 missions or areas you can work at. And obviously the Tutorial Garage is very basic. It is just there to teach you how the game works. I'll quickly skip this tutorial. And this is literally your house, as you can see. It's just teaching you what you need to get started. Which of course is basic machines. You only have access to a few, as you can see. Do those down. You want to put the power on. This is how you start. You want to have amenities, which will obviously be a ticket machine. Power on. And you want to have food and drink. Because what people really want in this place is food and drink. Are they coming in from the house? They are. They're coming in from the house. I don't remember that part. See, no uniques. Obviously, retro only have access to a few things. Don't have enough stars. People don't really care. But they do care about food and drink. They will absolutely lose their minds if they don't have food and drink. And somewhere to go toilet. If you don't have that, they will literally go insane and yell at you. But there you are. This is how you start off. Nice and simple, nice and basic. Getting to that level I showed you before takes an awful lot more time. So don't dive into the deep end, you'll ruin your sense of fun. It's the growth to get there. And I don't know why there's so many cowboys this time around. $100 for tokens. That's the future, kids. $100 for 2 tokens to play probably God of War 17. And now we've come to the end. There is a couple of things I'd like to talk about. One thing is, when you zoom in on your machines, actually zoom in and out, really zoom in and stare at that guy. He's actually got a gun. There is no sounds from your machines. You do not hear the games going. You do not hear the air hockey going. You'll occasionally hear stars, you'll hear money and stuff being exchanged for food. But you will not hear the machines themselves. I do think it's a bit of a missed opportunity, but this is I think it's a very small indie dev team, maybe even one man, and that would have been a lot harder to put in time. It's just something I'd have definitely liked. It would have given it more, I guess, feeling of being alive. I like the more lived in kind of world. You just break my token machine. And having that, of course, would be pretty great. Imagine hiring a mechanic for your garage. So yeah, that is a thing I would definitely have loved more sounds in the actual machine. Like, there's no toilet, you can hear them buying things. That's all you hear. There is only so much music in the game too. You'll hear the same tracks looped. But obviously you can put your own music on. I just wish there'd be sounds for this. And probably a bit more variety in the different types on each design. Obviously they are kind of similar. That's my main quibbles. More sounds if you zoomed in, or even sounds if you zoomed in, and more variety. Oh yeah, and power. Power, to get that, you just click on this, you buy more power, and it just gives you more power. Obviously, I can't buy anything, I'm too poor. But $300 here, give you another 250 power. You need power to turn it on, If you run out of power, you surge your machines, everything dies, you cry, and your mechanics have to fix everything while you're making no money. Don't surge your machines. Oh, school's out. There's now loads of kids in my garage. That would get you arrested. But for here, I'm a businessman. Anyway, I've been the Fallen Shogun, making hundreds of dollars on this machine. Be awesome, be epic, be amazing. Link in description downstairs below if you want to get the game. Now I'll be seeing you next Who's That Indie. Take care, be epic.